Lady Hawk here. Today we're going to do a clothing review video, so let's go ahead and get started. Okay, first off we have my Patagonia fleece jacket for those times, when it's not real cold or when I need an extra layer for my hiking clothes. I'm also taking a Marmot featherless hooded jacket. It is orange. You'll notice there is a common theme of orange in my gear. The reason for that is my oldest son told me, look, Mom, if you're hell-bent on doing this, will you at least wear orange so I can find you? So the orange color is in courtesy of my oldest son. All right, further along, I have the Patagonia Capilene Thermo shirt, and it does not have a hood. I figured a couple of hoods is fine, a couple of jackets, and then I bought the thin insulated Capilene Patagonia pants to go underneath my hiking clothes when it's colder, and whenever it's cold at night, if it gets too cold, which I don't think it will at this point, I can sleep on them. Moving along, I am bringing the women's Stormtrooper gloves. They are waterproof. Well, they're actually mittens, so if it gets real, even a cold rain, it would be nice to have those gloves. And then I'm bringing the fuzzy gloves. These are nice. They're from Outdoor Research. And then the third pair of gloves I'm bringing is just regular hiking gloves, which I call hiking gloves. They're actually leather motorcycle gloves. But I thought maybe that might save my hands in the beginning. So, and as far as hats go, I'm bringing, courtesy of my son Steven, I am bringing a balaclava from his work. Cover that up there. And then a headband for me to keep my ears warm. And then for the summertime, as you can tell, I have white hair and I don't want my head or my body to get sunburned. I'm bringing this hat. I think it's a Sunday afternoon hat. I'm pronouncing it correctly, but it's really nice. It folds flat, very flat, and it keeps its shape when it's on. So there you go. So moving along, next I have my rain pants. And these are they're anti-gravity. And these are the black pants. They're extremely light. I'm telling you, they're the lightest things I could find. And they work. I have tried them out in the rain, in a storm with wind, rain, and so forth. With that, I brought this jacket. Now, they told me at REI, you're not going to freeze. Because, if it's a little cooler, if it's cold and the wind's blowing, all you got to do is put your rain jacket on. I didn't believe them. And I went out in 30-degree weather. The wind was blowing and it was cold. And I only had the Patagonia on underneath my shirt. And I put that jacket on and I was sweating. I could just feel it off my back. So you don't need anything real heavy as far as rain goes, in my opinion, for me. Now, when I get out there, I may change my mind. But right now, I'm listening to what REI says. They know what they're doing. Now, I don't know if you can see this, I am bringing a waterproof hat because I don't like the hoods coming down over my eyes. And at times I'll be wearing glasses. So I purchased this hat from Outdoor Research. I didn't think I'd like it, but actually I do. It fits its purpose. So in moving along, I also decided to buy the long gaiters. I had seen Arnie 1 Mile wear these gaiters or something similar. They were higher up because I couldn't decide, do I want shorter or do I want long? So I decided these would probably be a good idea because once your pants get wet, or you're going through brush and going on that trail, all your pants are going to be wet. So I thought maybe these would be nice. So can't wait to tell you how they work out. So next I have my sports bras. I did take the padding out. One of these I will wear. The other will be for town. But took the padding out because padding is just too heavy and nobody's really going to care. And then I have the Exofficio Underwear. I have 3 pairs. I'll be starting out with one and then having the other 2 to change into. Okay. Now, my socks. I'm bringing compression socks. I do have an ankle issue and a calf issue due to tight calves. So I'm hoping wearing these from time to time, or even in the evenings at night at camp, will help with some of that, you know, those problems. And then I have 2 pairs of socks like this. I will be starting off with 1 pair. And I know I've got a lot of socks. And then I have 2 pair of these. So when it's a little bit cooler out. Then my camp socks. I have Injinji toe socks because I'm going to be wearing sandals, Clark sandals, which are really, you know, I was surprised at how much lighter they were. Well, I'll get to that in a minute. All right, so next is my sleeping clothes. I've got 1 tank top, a green tank top, as well as a pair of Nike shorts. And the Nike shorts have underwear built in, which is good. And then on my last video, I told you about a sleeping pillow, a pillowcase. That's my pillowcase. I think it'll just make me feel better. And I am bringing a couple pair of earplugs. And then my town clothes are going to be REI's pants. A lot of you've seen, and I'm sure in a lot of other videos, they zip off, but they also, on the legs, if I can get it here. Anyway, they have an area where you can just unzip them and leave them on long pants, but it will help air circulate within your pants. So I thought that was a good idea. And then a tank top. I had some other things, you know, but the last couple of days, I'm like, nah, don't need that. Nah, that's too heavy. So, you know, this is what I've narrowed it down to. And then with all of that, today I went to REI and I got this stuff sack. And instead of jigging in the sack trying to find things, I thought, wow, what a wonderful idea. I got a sack that just zips up. You can just get it, you know, right on top, get what you need, and go on. Suim, I think, had this. And then I've got a couple more hankies. I've got uses for all the hankies. I've got a plan. But one of those I will use for my tent to mark, you know, so I can remember which tent is mine, which it will probably be the blue, or I've got another yellow one. I haven't decided which one is going to be what. So it'll probably be the yellow one. I'll switch them out. And then one of the hankies is going to be, the blue one will probably go on my pack for my nose when it runs. And the green one is going to be for inside the tent at night, because I have found that my nose runs at night too. So too much information, I know, but there you go. All right. And then when I leave, this is what I will be wearing. These are Columbia pants. They tighten here. They've got a, you know, drawstring. And then at the bottom, they have an elastic lace at the bottom. And it was really hard for me to find a pair of pants that fit. But something, you know, that I liked. And the reason I want to do these, they don't have a zipper. They don't have a button. They just have an elastic waist. And I want to be a little more comfortable in the beginning so I don't sabotage myself. These are loose. So for me in the beginning, this will work. I may change these out with the tan REIs, you know, later on. But these, I think, will work for me right now. And then I have an REI shirt. And this is a long sleeve shirt. And this, it rolls up. And then it's got a button there at the top where you can, you know, button down the sleeve. So I thought this would be good for me. Now, moving right along. The next thing I have is my Potty Pit, you want to say. I've got just enough toilet paper and wipes for one day. This has a handle on it. There's my handle. If you can see it, I'm so sorry. And I thought this actually is a sack that my Comex came out of. But I thought, why not use it for this? So it works perfectly. All right. So And then the next thing I have is my hygiene bag. I'm not going to go into it, what is in it. But I'm also, the red is the zinc lozenges. For me, especially this winter, they have worked. So as soon as you find out you're getting a cold, you start, eating these, and it helps. It has helped me anyway. And then this is my Casio watch, if you can see it. My children got it for me for Christmas. Great kids. And then, with my hygiene, I got this out. This is my toothbrush from CVS. I discovered this just last night. And what this does is it latches onto there, so it's like a full toothbrush. So came with a tube of toothpaste, a small, travel size toothpaste. The bristles are not real soft. So I got that. I'm going to try that out, and I'll probably have another one, sent to me, or I'm sure there's CVS's around. So the next thing I have here is my first aid kit. It's got some tape, some athletic tape. It has, the Band-Aids, the, hydrocortisone, the DEET. It's not beneath me to use DEET. I will use DEET. So, all right. Now, going on, here's my electronics. I have the phone adapter with the stick pick here, the remote control. I also have my battery pack that is a 10,000 unit. It usually charges my phone at least 3 times. And then I purchased the black diamond headlamp with the red light, so I don't offend anyone. And then I bought earbuds with a microphone. And then, of course, the cord that goes with it. I don't have the plug here, but I plan to buy a 2-adapter plug tomorrow. And then I have the Joby. And I know people say, well, the Joby doesn't last that long. It falls apart on you. Well, I'll use it until it does. So, and then also with my potty bag, I have a collapsible bottle here. And this is for at night, because I don't particularly want to get out late at night and go to the bathroom. So a lady at REI in one of our winter classes, the tea instructor suggested, hey, I've got a perfect solution for you. And it works. It does work. But with that, I use the Go Girl. The ladies will know what a Go Girl is. Oh, and then I have the AT guide. And it is a 2017 guide, because I didn't plan to go this year. And I was just going to follow everybody else around. So I would hope the trail hasn't changed that much. I will ask them when I get to Amicalola. If it has, hopefully they have some. And then I'm a highlight queen. I like to highlight where I'm going. It helps me focus on, certain things like, water spots. What's my route that day. And then hostels. So, and I've got a pin in there for signing the guidebook, or not that, well, you know what I'm talking about, the log books. So I don't have to touch other people's pens. Okay. Now, on my backpack, or on me, I have a small wallet here, and it opens up, very small. It's all I need. Then I have my glass case is right here. I have my hand sanitizer for the pack here, the main one. I also have a hand sanitizer on my potty bag. Then I have this for dry eyes, because I'm a chronic dry person. And then I am bringing and putting in my pouch a small can opener, because I like fruit. I like things like that, and I can see me getting a can of fruit. And so I brought this so I could open those. I purchased me a small Gerber knife for cutting cheese. And I had this little carry-on lotion. It's very small. You can see here it's about the size of my finger. Just because I might like it. And then I like to know what the temperature is. So this will be on my pack as well as in the tent. So just because that's just something I enjoy doing. And then I brought me a safety whistle. again, to help alleviate my son's fears. So, and moving on, I do have some medical issues. I don't have my med bag here. It's not important, but I have some issues, and I will be hiking slow, and I tell everybody that. I'm a slow hiker. I'm bringing 2 knee braces just out of preventive, and I am bringing an ankle brace that I will wear probably 80% of the time. Usually the boots give me a lot of support for my ankle and my foot, and this is more for camp, so I continue to have that support, and I just don't want to have any issues. And then my recovery, I've got a recovery stick, thanks to Early Riser. I thought that was a great idea. A lot of our problems in our feet are coming from the tight calves. That's something I learned from my podiatrist this year, is that if your calves are tight, then you're going to get tendonitis. It's going to cause you a lot of problems in the rest of your body. So, I'm going to use that for my calves. And then this works out the muscles in my shoulder blade. And, of course, I'm older, so I have some hip issues. And if you put this in the pocket of your groin area, and if I'm being too personal, I apologize, this will work out those kinks and help your hips. So it has worked for me so far, and I put just a pair of pantyhose and tied them on the end because I need to throw it over my back and get up against a tree and rub those kinks out of my shoulders. So just try it, see if it works for you. Then I'm also, this is something I left out of my other video in my kitchen, I'm bringing me a small titanium plate. I know a lot of people just throw their tortillas on a rock, and I'm sure that's just fine, or on the ground, but I think I would feel better putting it on a plate. Or if I'm eating, my crumbs can go in here, and I can carry them out to the woods. So maybe that will help with the mice, because I hate mice. It's going to suck for me, right? And then I have my umbrella. I'm sure I will probably take it. Mason at home, but it's something that I feel like I want to take. So it helps me feel better. So that's what I'm going to do. And then we have, of course, the C-seat. And I like the C-seat. I think it was Early Riser who really pushed this. And I'm sure there was other people as well. But I like it. I like to sit on it, and it's better than the ground. And then we have my boots. My boots are morels. I have tried other boots, but I am just a morale girl, and these are the boots that work for me. They give me a lot of ankle support, and you can see, I hope you can see, that I have them tied in a different configuration, but the doctor says this is the way you're supposed to tie them. So, but for my foot and my foot issues, and it helps, retain that support, this works really well. And my camp shoes, these are the Clark shoes, and they're very comfortable, and it almost feels like the tread underneath that you're walking is thick enough where it doesn't, you don't feel like you're walking barefoot, but they're very, very comfortable. So these are my shoes. Now you can see why I need the Injinji socks, because it has the toe separator there. And then for my hiking sticks, I am using the Black Diamond carbon cork. I hear that everybody pushes cork, so I'll let you know how that works for me. And then, as you can see here, I have some wipes trying to dry them out. So thank you for watching. Hey, if it helps, if you like what you hear and see, push the like button and subscribe, and I will appreciate it. And I will see you on the trail. Thanks a lot.